Welcome to the Focus. My name is Javon Adams. You can call me J or J Love. Again, this is the Focus with Javon Adams. Nice to be back. Nice to be back. Be doing this thing a lot more frequently. But there's something that I wanted to talk about. So I'm a hip hop head. I'm a runner. I'm a hip hop head. I'm an MC, among other things. A father, a husband. And there's a if you're familiar with Nas, there is Nas and DJ Premier. There's been, for goodness, almost 30 years now. There's been a clamoring for these two artists. DJ Premier is a producer, excellent producer, and Nas, of course, the MC, Hall of Fame worthy MC, for them to do a project together, not just one song here and there, but to a full project where DJ Premier is the executive producer, provides all the tracks, similar to what Nas has recently been doing with Hit Boy, right? So their Nas and DJ Premier recently released a track. It's called Define My Name. Define My Name. And there were some people that loved it. A lot of those true hardcore DJ Premier and Nas fans loved it, and others that are fans but that had an issue with that. It seemed to be very simple. And the title of today's podcast is The Beauty of Simplicity. And there's a gentleman, a producer that I know, PhD Beats. Shout out to PhD Beats. I'll be releasing some music that he has provided the production for soon. So stay tuned for that. But he went on his Instagram and he said that there's beauty in the simplicity, and I really took to that, because what simple music, or what something is simple, what it allows you to do is you have much more room to move. When something, if you're thinking of music, if it's so layered, it doesn't mean that it's not beautiful, but what it can mean is that it doesn't allow for deeper vocal expression. It can happen when you have the lush instruments, you have the horns, you have the guitars and all that stuff. Yes, you can work within it, but it becomes more about what's going on in the background and how you're really complementing that lush tapestry, musical tapestry in the background, as opposed to something simple, just a nice boom bap, and you're giving you room to move lyrically in this case. And there's a quote that I came across from Leonardo da Vinci. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. So think about that for a second. When it comes to, sometimes things can be so overwhelming because we make them so complex, and that prevents us from moving forward, or prevents us from reaching our full potential because we're worried about all the complexity. So many steps. Again, maybe you can get more complex as you go, but to start off with, maybe it's good to have that, to make it simple. If you think of goal setting, so don't make it too hard to do. For example, so I'm running and starting to feel a little bit better in terms of my stamina and endurance a little bit. But one of the things that I've done is, so I'm running, I try to keep it simple. Yes, I'm going and using weights, doing weight training, I'm running, I'm trying to rest. But when I'm going in, and I'm probably to the point where I can maybe make it a little bit more complex, but I'm going in, today's leg day, just do a simple three or four machines in and I'm out. If I'm running, okay, I'm running two or three miles a day, long run here. So it's very simple, very simple. Now, how can I make that more complex? I can make it more complex by adding in some speed training here or there. So maybe 30 seconds of running a little bit faster, and then going back to what my slower pace is. That's making it a little bit more complex. But the simplicity for me is beautiful. It allows me to have to really reconnect with running and with the training, and not have to worry about, am I supposed to run for a minute fast here? Am I going up hills and all that? Also the rest. So rest is very simple. Just don't run today. Again, more complex would be maybe longer workouts, or maybe it's more complex when you think of maybe meal prep. So that can be overwhelming for people when you're thinking about, well, I'm just trying to run. I'm trying to have a better diet, but now I'm going to meal prep. So now I need to take all this time and do it. Now it can be simple if you break it down, but try to take the complex and make it simple. make it simple. It allows you to have a deeper, maybe a deeper connection. And when it comes to this music that I'm talking about with that DJ Premier track, that simplicity, and I agree with what PhD Beat said, that there's really room to breathe and move. I find that with some of the production that ends up moving me most is something that's maybe a simple bounce or a simple boom bap, very, very straight to the point, that allows me to feel as if I have room to move and breathe. So there's beauty in simplicity. So thank you for spending a few minutes watching or listening or whatever the case may be. Make sure you share with a friend, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube, all that stuff. Wherever you're listening, I appreciate you for reconnecting. Tell a friend about it. You can go to focusnowtalk.com as well. Focusnowtalk.com is where you can get information as well. That's the website. But as I always like to say around this time, you can